Hello, everybody. This meeting is now called to order at 5:40 p.m. This meeting is now called to order at 5:40 p.m. Madam Secretary, can you please call roll?
Yes. Chairperson David Heredia,
Present.
Commissioner Samuel Perez,
Here.
Commissioner Gustavo Mendez, Commissioner Edgar Lopez.
Present.
Thank you. And Mr. Iniguez, can you please lead us in the invocation?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Please bow your heads in prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we are grateful for the privilege of meeting here this evening. We ask for your blessing on the proceeding of this meeting and ask that you give guidance and wisdom to the commissioners as they make their decisions. Thank you. Amen.
Thank you. And Commissioner Perez, can you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And Madam Secretary, was the agenda posted according to state law?
Yes, the agenda was posted according to state law.
Okay, and this is the time given to the public to speak on agenda and non-agenda items. And did we have any comments received?
Yes, we did.
Okay, and which comments?
Just,
For public?
no, not for the public.
Oh, no public
No,
comments.
not for the public, no,
Got
sorry.
it. No problem. Okay, on the next item here, we're gonna ask to go ahead and separate the items under the consent calendar into individual items labeled 6.1 through 6.6. And we'll go ahead and start with item 6.1. And Mr. Iniguez, if you can please give, oh, actually, I'm sorry, we're gonna do the 6.1, which is approval of minutes. And I need a commissioner to go ahead and motion to approve the minutes of the past meeting of October 7th, 2025.
I motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, and I need a second.
A second.
Thank you. And Madam Secretary, can you please call a roll call vote?
Yes. Chairperson David Heredia,
Yes.
Commissioner Samuel Perez, Commissioner Gustavo Mendez, Commissioner Edgar Lopez.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And the next item is 6.2, traffic safety analysis. Mr. Iniguez, can you please give the report?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Item number 6.2 is regarding a request for speed humps on Perry Road between Florence Place and Florence Avenue. It is staff's recommendation that the Traffic and Safety Commission deny and close out the citizen's speed hump request on Perry Road between Florence Place and Florence Avenue. So with that, I'll have City Engineer Doug Benesch present the report. Doug?
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. We received a request for speed humps on Perry Road from Florence Place to Florence Avenue in accordance with the city's policy for installation of speed humps. The residents expressed concerns that they had speeding activities on this roadway segment. As we do with all speed humps, we have a policy in place, and they have to qualify for all the items. And those items include it's a local residential street with one lane of travel in each direction. Roadway width is not more than 40 feet wide. There are no curves that would make it difficult for drivers to see speed humps. The traffic volumes are between 500 and 3,500 vehicles per day. The posted speed limit is prima facie at 25 miles an hour. And the actual 85th percentile speeds must be greater, 8 miles an hour greater than 25 miles an hour. The speed humps will not be installed over grades over 6%, and the street is not a transfer route or emergency response route. And citizen support is required of at least 51% of the residents to support the installation of speed humps. So in response to this request, we performed a traffic speed and traffic count survey. Those came back with an average of 3,540 vehicles per day. They were recorded from between October 21st and the 23rd. The 85th percent speed limit needed to be 32 miles an hour, and it was 30.6. Which does exceed the prima facie, but it's below the 8 mile an hour threshold to install speed humps. Therefore, the street does not qualify. If conditions change after 12 months, this request can be reopened and another study can be performed. Therefore, it's our recommendation that we deny the request, and I'll entertain any questions.
Good evening. I have a question. What would be like another alternative if that isn't the ideal response for that?
It would be enforcement. To install a physical device, we follow the warrants. We have a policy that gives us the parameters of which they must comply with in order to install those devices. It's unfortunate to say the data doesn't support any additional devices. So the perception of speed, there might be one or two that travel at greater speeds than 32 miles an hour, but that's outside the 85th percentile. So there's not much we can do about it except for enforcement.
If I can add one other measure that we've used is obviously the police department has their speed trailer. So that tends to be a deterrent while it's out there. Again, not a permanent installation, just a temporary trailer that can also be deployed. Thank you.
Okay, I need a motion from a commissioner to approve staff's recommendation to deny and close out the speed hump request at this time. And it can be reopened at a later time if necessary.
A motion.
And I need a second.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, thank you. And Madam Secretary, can you please take roll call vote?
Sure. Chairperson David Heredia,
Yes.
Commissioner Samuel Perez,
Yes.
Commissioner Gustavo Mendez, Commissioner Edgar Lopez.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll go on to the next item on the agenda. I believe another traffic safety analysis. Mr. Negus, can you please give the report?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Item number 6.3 is regarding a request for speed humps on Ajax Avenue between Lubeck Street and Ludell Street. It is staff's recommendation that the Traffic and Safety Commission deny and close out the citizen's speed hump request on Ajax Avenue between Lubeck Street and Ludell Street. So again, I'll have Doug Benash present the report.
Good evening. Yeah, our department received a petition for installing speed humps on Ajax between Lubeck and Ludell. And again, we conducted a survey in compliance with our policy that I just indicated in the last report. Pardon me. These counts were taken between October 21st and October 23rd. Ajax carries an average volume of 3,600 vehicles per day. The 85th percentile was 31.3 miles per hour, which is less than the 32 miles an hour required for speed humps. Even though the traffic volumes exceeded, the data does not comply with the policy, and therefore it's our recommendation to deny the installation of speed humps at this time. If conditions change in 12 months, the residents can request another analysis.
Okay, no questions, just kind of going back since it's very similar to the last situation. If we can maybe get that like trailer, maybe we can like make a short list of the speed hump requests that were denied, like those streets, and then maybe make a short list of like every month or every other week, maybe putting the trailer at a different site that had gotten denied. Just since the residents showed an interest specifically in these streets, then those could be the ones we kind of aim for first to try to get that speed trailer out there. But other than that, there aren't any other questions. I need a motion from a commissioner to go ahead and go with staff's recommendation to go ahead and deny and close out this speed hump request. And again, it could be reopened at a later time when it's eligible.
I'll motion.
Okay, and I need a second.
Second.
Thank you. And Madam Secretary, can you please take roll call vote?
Yes. Chairperson David Heredia,
Yes.
Commissioner Samuel Perez, Commissioner Gustavo Mendez, Commissioner Edgar Lopez,
Yes.
Thank you. And the next item on the agenda, I believe, is another traffic safety analysis. Mr. Iniguez, can you please give the report?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Item number 6.4 is regarding a request for red curb parking restrictions fronting 6423 El Celinda Avenue. It is staff's recommendation that the Traffic and Safety Commission approve for City Council consideration the request for the installation of 3 feet of red curb parking restrictions on the north side of the driveway fronting 6423 El Celinda Avenue to improve site distance conditions. So I'll go ahead and have City Engineer Doug Benesch present the report.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. The resident requested us to take a look at how to improve site distance at the property at 6423 El Celinda. So we did a field investigation, and yes, there was enough curb space for probably 2+ cars or 2 cars, depending on the size, but they encroach into the driveway. We did notice that as part of the inspections that we did in the field. So what we've done in the past and other requests is what we call red tipping of the drive approach. We only had about 3 feet of red curb there to sort of mitigate trying to stuff 2 cars in there, or a large car and a big car, as I've seen the Google Maps image, to give her a little better eyesight coming out. And based on that, it's within our policy and our past recommendations in the past on other types of these requests, and I entertain any questions.
I was just wondering, now I'm trying to see, like, what was the size of that curb in front of the house? It looks like it borders an alley, so I guess it's from like the driveway to the alley. I was just wondering about how many feet, or do 2 cars actually fit there?
It's probably about 1.5.
About 1.5 cars.
You have 2 large sizes and it starts encroaching because you're not supposed to park on the radius of the alley
Right.
for the vehicle code. But I mean, this town is underparked as we sit right now, so it just gives you a little more visibility coming out.
Got it. Okay.
But it still leaves a space for at least, maybe probably two compacts and 1 small and 1 subcompact.
Got it. Yeah, it seems like it's probably just bothering the resident there trying to get out of that little area, just 3 feet on one side. Okay.
Correct.
Okay, unless there's any other questions, I need a commissioner to go ahead and motion to go with staff's recommendation to install the 3 feet of red curb parking on the 6423 El Celinda driveway.
So just a quick question, I guess it's for Mr. Iniguez. I noticed that the property number is on that curb there. Is that something that would be over the red curb, or do you typically know how that gets installed? And can our crews take care of that?
Yes, Commissioner. So in order to reinstall the curb address number, we will try to affix it following the end of that red tipping of the red curb. So we will take care of reinstalling that as well.
Thank you.
Okay, I need a motion from a commissioner to go ahead and approve staff's recommendation to go ahead and do the red, 3 feet of red curb.
I'll motion.
Okay, and I need a second.
I'll second the motion.
And Madam Secretary, can you please take roll call vote?
Yes. Chairperson David Heredia,
Yes.
Commissioner Samuel Perez, Commissioner Gustavo Mendez, Commissioner Edgar Lopez,
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, and the next item I believe is also a traffic safety analysis. Mr. Inigas, can you please give the report?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Item number 6.5 is regarding a request for a red curb parking restriction fronting 5845 Clara Street. It is staff's recommendation that the Traffic and Safety Commission approve for City Council consideration the request for the installation of 3 feet of red curb parking restrictions on both sides of the driveway fronting 5845 Clara Street to improve sight distance conditions. So again, I'll have City Engineer Doug Benash present the report.
Thank you. Good evening, Chairman and Commissioners. We received a request for another red curb for site distances at this address on 5845 Clare Street. This is an area, Clare itself is a collector. Does have a speed limit of 25 miles an hour, but it is a collector east-west that parallels Florence. It has a significant amount of traffic on it. We took a look at it, and yes, cars do park heavily on the street because it's semi-residential, semi-commercial. But this one has got a unique feature. It's got a second driveway close to within 3 feet or so, plus or minus, of the adjacent property owner. So there's like a double driveway as an existing conditions. So we're recommending to approve siteability for, it happens to be both of them, to paint the small gap between the two driveways and another 3 feet, each of the subject property, to improve site distance. And I'll entertain any questions.
No, sounds like a good idea right there, Clara and Javoneria. I can see that there's plenty of parking still behind that 3 feet of red curb. And then the other 3 feet of curb, there's just a pole, so no one could even really park there anyway, so. Sounds like it'll work out for those two driveways. Okay, if there's any other questions, if not, then, or we have a question, go for it.
I do have a question. Reading the agenda, it says it may create a situation where drivers enter the roadway. Do we know if that's the case now?
Can you repeat that? I apologize.
On the agenda, it mentions that parked vehicles near the driveway may create a situation where drivers enter the roadway without having a clear line of sight of oncoming cars. Do we know if that's the case now?
It's typical in Bell Gardens, at most all driveways because the way they're underparked. So every available space is utilized for parking, and sometimes they encroach on a very high not a, statistically, they encroach as close to the driveway as they possibly can, if not block the driveways. Because we constantly get those complaints also. And we just address these on a case-by-case basis.
And if I can add to that, if you can look at the exhibits on the staff report. So on figure 2, it shows the current condition and that car is set back to where it would be should the red curb be installed. So that does provide for a clear line of sight for a motorist exiting that driveway. Right now, you can technically abut all the way to the wing of that apron, and that would make it difficult for the motorist to see, and that creates the line of sight impediment. So what we're asking is for the vehicles to do what this vehicle is doing where it's parked.
Director.
Okay, and I need a motion from a commissioner to approve staff's recommendation of going ahead and doing the red curb on both sides of that driveway.
I'll motion.
Okay, and I need a second.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, thank you. And Madam Secretary, can you please take roll call vote?
Yes. Chairperson David Heredia,
Yes?
Commissioner Samuel Perez,
Yes.
Commissioner Gustavo Mendez, Commissioner Edgar Lopez,
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And I believe there's another traffic safety analysis. Mr. Nikas, can you please give the report?
Yes, Mr. Chair, item number 6.6 is regarding a request for a disabled person parking space fronting 7741 Ramesh Avenue. It is staff's recommendation that the Traffic and Safety Commission approve for City Council consideration the installation of 18 feet of designated blue curb and an R9 sign and post for a disabled person space fronting 7741 Ramesh Avenue. So again, I'll have City Engineer Doug Benesch present the report.
Thank you. We received a request for a disabled parking space at this residence of 7741 Ramesh Avenue. And we do have a policy for on-street parking for disabled persons in residential areas. And the guidelines and the applicant must meet all of the following criteria. Like the applicant must be in possession of valid plates for disabled person or disabled veterans issued by the California Department of Motor Vehicles. The proposed disabled parking space must be in front of the disabled person's place of residence. The residents must not have off-street parking available or off-street parking space that may be used for disabled parking. And the applicant must provide a statement from the medical doctor that the disabled person is unable to, even with the age of crutches, braces, walkers, wheelchairs, or similar support, to travel more than 50 feet between his or her home and the automobile without assistance of a second person. So we looked at the application and the documents, and she has all her proper documentation from that standpoint, and the distance would be more than 50 feet from the front door to the vehicle. As required by the policy, the registered vehicle has to be to the resident along at the property address. Now, there's not enough space to open the vehicle and let the person with disabilities on the side yard, so it's going to be so we recommend to put it in the front of the house. But based on some of our to try to mitigate parking impacts, we're going to recommend 18 feet of blue curb, which is the minimum for a parking space. And I'll entertain any questions.
Yeah, just a quick question. By any chance, do you know the distance of that curb as well? From
Not off the top of my head, but based on what the traffic engineer gave us, looks like there's a space for probably a compact car there.
behind the blue curb?
Correct.
Just to follow up on that, is there a specific reason for having that blue curb closer to the alley as opposed to, I guess, closer to the intersection there on Gallant Street? Or just fits better? Or in the application?
I do not have the direct reasoning why he put it there. The
Mhm.
exception that was based on the city's traffic and engineer analysis and looking at it, he thought that would be the best place for it. It allows for easier access out if it does anything.
Got it.
For the vehicle, once everybody's loaded in. Then you can back in, you can pull forward a little bit to because the alley and back into the spot. So sort of frees up. I mean, you can do it from the other way, but I think it's just closer. And the way car doors and van doors open, it's more of a logical for the doors to swing, exit that way.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know, maybe if the resident has a preference, I don't know if that can be worked into it, but they might not be completely sure either, so then I don't want them to be like, oh no, I should have kept it the first way. So I guess whatever makes most sense to get in and out. Hopefully that's the spot though. All right, I need a motion from a commissioner to go ahead and approve staff's recommendation of installing the blue curb alongside 7741 Ramesh Avenue.
I'll motion.
Okay, and I need a second.
Second.
Okay, and Madam Secretary, can you please take roll call vote?
Yes. Chair David Heredia,
Yes?
Commissioner Samuel Perez, Commissioner Gustavo Mendez, Commissioner Edgar Lopez,
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, I believe that's all the traffic safety analysis. On to the next item on the agenda here. I believe we're at the discussion, reorganization, and selection of chairperson and vice chairperson. I know we're short one member today and we have an empty seat. We can go ahead and do it if there's three of us. It just, if everyone's in agreement to go ahead and do that, then we can go ahead and proceed. Okay. Yes, okay. Okay, so then we could go ahead and elect. I don't know if it matters in any particular order.
Yes.
Okay.
So as per the Bell Gardens Municipal Code Section 2.35.050, a commissioner shall elect a chairperson and vice chairperson from among its members for a term of 1 year and may create or fill such other office within its membership as it may determine necessary and convenient. So at this point, I declare the position of chairperson of the Traffic and Safety Commission to be vacant. I will accept nominations for this position. Only one motion is required to nominate a position. No second is required. I have a motion for. So I guess you guys get among yourself pick one to be the chairperson. Did you guys know who you guys want to nominate?
Actually, can we kind of have like a discussion of what are the responsibilities of being the chair and kind of the vice chair? And we see David kind of lead the meetings and stuff. Maybe if you guys can also explain what the vice chair may do.
So I believe that's what it is, right? So if
Sure,
the
so-
chairperson is not in.
So to answer the question, if I may, Chairperson, the chairperson for the commission leads the meetings. Make sure that we're on point with our agendas, that we're following the proper protocols as we do the business of the commission. The role of the vice chairperson would be, should the chairperson not be available to attend the meeting, then the vice chairman leads the meeting, chairs the meeting, and the chairperson instead and assumes the same roles. So those are the basic functions for the role of the chairperson and of the vice chair of the commission.
Thank you.
So did you guys want to pick among one of you guys?
Yeah, we could do the nomination for chair. I could nominate myself if that's okay.
Okay. Okay, so you nominated yourself as a chairperson? So nominations are closed, and I will now take a roll call vote. A majority of votes is required to select the chairperson. Chair David Heredia,
Yes?
Commissioner Samuel Perez, Commissioner Gustavo Mendez, Commissioner Edgar Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner David Heredia has received a majority of votes, three votes with himself. So Chair David Heredia has been selected as a chairperson for the Traffic and Safety Commission. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we have to do the vice chair. I declare the position of vice chairperson to be vacant. I will accept nominations for this position of vice chairperson. Only one motion is required to nominate a position. No second is required. So among yourselves, who would like to be the vice chairperson?
I would nominate myself.
Okay, I have a nomination. Samuel Perez has been nominated to serve as a vice chairperson. Nominations are now closed. I would take a roll call to vote. A majority of votes is required to select a vice chairperson. Chair
Yes.
David Heredia? Sorry,
Yes.
Sorry. Commissioner Edgar Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Gustavo Mendez? Commissioner Samuel Perez? Commissioner Samuel Perez has received 3 votes with himself. Commissioner Samuel Perez has been selected as the vice chairperson for the Traffic and Safety Commission. Congratulations. And this concludes the reorganization of the commissioners.
Thank you. Okay, congratulations, everyone. Okay, so to continue the meeting, we will have any comments from commissioners. Okay, and the next item is department update report.
Yes, Mr. Chair, this serves as staff's comments. Staff continues to work with our consultant team from KOA on the development of the Safer Streets for All action plan, which will update our citywide complete streets plan. We have a meeting actually this week to continue that progress. Also, the ATP Cycle 5 Complete Streets project is well underway. Improvements have been completed on Jaboneria Road, north of Florence Avenue, and we're now working on improvements on Ira, also north of Florence. So that's again well underway. So with that, that concludes staff's comments.
Thank you. Okay, and I believe that is the end of our meeting. I will now adjourn this meeting to the next scheduled meeting, which I believe will be the first Tuesday of January next year, tentatively. This meeting is now closed at 6:13 p.m. And thank you, everyone.